distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, Namaskar. A very good afternoon and warm greetings to each and every one of you. It is an honor for me as an Indian and as a woman to deliver a keynote address before this global gathering of leaders in sport. I come from the land of Buddha, Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi and Mother Teresa. I represent the dreams, hope and aspirations of 1 billion Indians. India is home to 1/6 of humanity. It is the youngest country in the world, a resurgent nation of 1.3 billion people, of which 600 million are under the age of 25. If the youth of India were a country by themselves, they would be the 3rd largest country in the world. India is truly at a point of inflection, a country whose time has come. India is scaling new heights in all fields, including and especially sports. Friends, I would like to thank the organizers of this summit for inviting me to share my thoughts and experiences with this August gathering. They have graciously referred to me as the First Lady of Indian sport. My presence here is an honor for all women of India, and it is my mission to empower and enable every woman in India. I'm a big believer in the phenomenal power of women. I believe that when women lean on women, incredible things happen. I believe that women can excel not only in playing sport, but also in promoting sport at national and international levels. Let me introduce you to a very special and spirited group of young girls. This is their story in their own words.
This is Chirbatia village, a picturesque tiny hamlet in the Himalayas. Today, Reliance Foundation is here to support the half marathon, and entire Chirbatia village is eager to participate.
लड़कों को बहुत ज़्यादा अहमियत मिलती है, लेकिन लड़कियों को बहुत कम मिलती है। आज मैराथन रेस में वो अपनी ये पहचान बता देंगे कि लड़कियां किसी से कम नहीं।
शुरुआत रिलायंस फाउंडेशन द्वारा की गई इस तरह के मैराथन की, इस क्षेत्र में जो प्रतिभाएं हैं उनको उभारने की, तो निश्चित रूप से बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक है।
आज की जनरेशन क्या है, सब बाहर जाना चाहती है, लेकिन अगर हमारे गांव में फैसिलिटी हो तो हमारे गांव वाले यहाँ पे ज़्यादा रहेंगे।
Today, women in India are breaking the glass ceiling in more and more areas of human endeavor. Indeed, women all over the world are doing so. In sport and science, in boardrooms and courtrooms, in Bollywood and Hollywood, in politics and philanthropy. In effect, anywhere and everywhere. Friends, through my work with Reliance Foundation, I have had the privilege of working closely with women and children. It is my firm belief that when children learn and play, communities grow and countries prosper. For the holistic development of a child's personality, there is only one well-proven formula. Just let them play. A sport, any sport. Sport is a great teacher. It is a magical equalizer. And in a young country like India, the aspirations are so audacious, the adrenaline so high, and the appetite to achieve so strong that if you can just guide and steer our children in the right direction, they will script the most stunning success stories the world has ever seen. Friends, my own tryst with sport began at the age when most sports persons retire. I was 44 when sport changed my life, my perspective and my worldview. It all started with cricket and Mumbai Indians in 2009. It was the second season of IPL, the Indian Premier League. And our team was at the bottom of the table. I had no knowledge of cricket, but I flew to South Africa to motivate and be with the team when they were down and out. From those first meetings with the team, learning the nitty-gritties of cricket from the legends of the game, to this day, 10 years later, when MI is the most valued team in India with 4 IPL titles. My journey has been incredible. Through this magical journey, I experienced for myself that cricket is truly a religion in India. While the British gave us cricket, I can say without any fear of being contradicted that the record for scoring the highest number of runs in Test cricket and in ODIs stands in the name of one Indian, Sachin Tendulkar. And I'm proud to say that Sachin was the captain and has been the mentor of Mumbai Indians since inception. What MI has taught me is this: sport does not differentiate. It knows no race or religion. Talent can come from anywhere and reach the pinnacle of success. I would like to share with you the transformational journey of a young boy who was discovered by Mumbai Indians from a small town of India.
In the afternoon I used to sleep and this used to irritate me no end. How much you have troubled me with the boy, no? When he was 5 years, I lost my husband.
After that, we couldn't afford anything. I have one pair of shoes, I have to have one pair of t-shirts, I used to wash them everywhere and use it again and again. So as a child, you hear stories that sometimes these things happen, that some people come and watch you and you get picked up like this. But it actually happened.
First time when I saw him for that IPL match on TV, I couldn't stop crying. He's seen me struggle financially, physically also.
All these tough times make you strong because you've seen tougher days before.
We had gone to the Nike shoes shop and I would not be able to afford that shoe. He saw the shoes.
It's okay, it's fine.
And he said, I'm going to buy these shoes one day. Now, so he has so many shoes.
Today, Bumrah is an inspiration to countless young boys and girls. In the last 10 years, Mumbai Indians has discovered several young talents like Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, and so many more. I look forward to the day when every young boy and girl from the remotest parts of our country can dare to dream and make it big. Friends, women's empowerment through sport is one of the silent revolutions taking place all over the world. Like most sports, traditionally, cricket has also been a bastion of men. Even Lord's, the iconic home of cricket, welcomed women to its pavilion only in 1999 and offered full membership to women only last year. In a tradition-bound society like India, the change has been even more dramatic. 10 years ago, when IPL started, cricket in India was watched largely by men. Over the last 10 years, we have seen a new diversity of fan base for cricket. Indeed, for all sports in India. Today, female fan following for IPL is almost equal to male following. And this dynamic shift has just not been with the fans. India's women cricket team is now ranked number 2 in the world, followed by England. Friends, one of the most heartwarming initiatives of Reliance Foundation and Mumbai Indians is the Education and Sports for All program. It combines the power and pull of sports and education, especially for children who are underprivileged and differently abled. Under the ESA initiative, every year we bring 21,000 of these children to watch their favorite Mumbai Indians team play. For all of them, this is their first ever visit to a stadium to watch a live match. It is a day that gives them immense joy and hope. It is really gratifying to watch these children interact with their sporting heroes. Not only do these children go back home with stars in their eyes, but also with the belief that they too can dream and achieve. Let us experience the magic of ESA.
In a country where cricket is a religion and IPL is an obsession, reaching 462 million global viewers, the Education and Sports for All program has channeled its energy to provide better education and sports to underprivileged children. Mumbai Indians has not just won the IPL trophy a record 4 times. It has taken its cricketing icons to win millions of young hearts with education and sports. When every child gets to learn and play, India will go a long, long way.
Education and sports for all is truly the soul of MI. Friends, success in one field encourages success in many fields. That is the eternal law of life. The popularity of IPL has led to the emergence of many more professional leagues in India, like hockey, badminton, volleyball, basketball, wrestling, kabaddi, and of course, football. As a teacher and as a mother, I know that children in our school would wake up in the middle of the night to watch the EPL. I saw my own son Akash did that too. That is when I realized that the younger generation had a huge interest in and love for football. And I saw that there was a big opportunity in India for this beautiful game. This motivated me to launch the Indian Super League for Football in 2014. I'm pleased to share that in just 5 years, ISL has emerged as the 3rd most watched league in India. ISL viewership for 2018-19 on TV alone was 168 million and digital viewership was over 12 million. Since the inception of ISL, the Indian national team's FIFA ranking has shot up from 173 to 96. It is now my dream to see India perform at the pinnacle of global football and qualify for the FIFA World Cup. This calls for the development of a vibrant footballing ecosystem in the country. That is the vision of ISL. Our grassroots program in football has so far reached out to over 1.5 million children. Our youth sports program for schools and colleges has reached out to 9 million children. The Reliance Foundation Junior NBA program has reached out to 11 million children. Overall, across all sports, Reliance Foundation has reached out to over 21.5 million children across the country. 10 years ago, it would have been unthinkable for an Indian family to see football as a viable career option for their children. ISL has truly been a game changer for thousands of young Indian footballers. And this year, starting November, we will launch 2 more pioneering initiatives under ISL. The Children's League, which is expected to reach out to over 40,000 children under the age of 12 in the next 3 years, and the Under 17 Women's Football Tournament, the first ever women's tournament to scout for talent for India's football team. And this team will go on to represent India at the Under 17 FIFA Women's World Cup to be hosted in India in 2020. Friends, 10 years ago, my husband Mukesh and I started the Reliance Foundation to empower all Indians, especially women and children. We have had the privilege of touching the lives of 34 million people through our work in diverse areas in the remotest villages and towns of India. Every single life that we have touched has made us believe even more firmly in the power of our youth. Let me tell you the story of 80 young boys that I am extremely proud of. We call them our young champs.
India is a country of 1 billion plus, where children take to football like fish to water, but give it up. Reasons? No infrastructure, no future. The story of Mustaq is the story of India's future as a footballing nation.
I am from Champate. It is a small village over there. When I started playing football, my father supported a lot.
রিলায়েন্স ফাউন্ডেশন ইয়ং চ্যাম্পের সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ যদি না হতো তাহলে ওর ছেলের ভবিষ্যৎ নিয়ে আমি খুব চিন্তায় পড়েছি।
He come from a background where he was not really educated, so in the study he really made big jumps. We are really proud of him.
যা পরিবেশ যেরকম পরিকাঠামো মানে আমাদের কাছে স্বপ্ন।
What we try to do in our academy to provide India with players for the future.
Today, Reliance Foundation Young Champs is nurturing not just one Mustaq, but 80 such young boys from across India.
Swami Vivekananda, the great Indian philosopher, had said, "Make your body strong, play games, play football. You will be nearer to God through football than through the study of the Bhagavad Gita." Now India is discovering our great traditional wisdom in many fields, including sport. No nation in the world can emerge as a great sporting power without strong governmental support. Right now in India, we are fortunate that our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, has a great vision to transform India into a global sporting powerhouse. In addition to promoting yoga globally, Prime Minister Modi has recently launched two major initiatives to promote sport: the Khelo India program and the ambitious Fit India movement. Helping these initiatives is a digital revolution that is changing the landscape of India. India is the second most digitally connected country in the world. Jio, Reliance's newest initiative, is today the largest digital services company in India and the second largest mobile company in the world. Jio is now building multiple digital platforms and solutions in diverse fields, including sports, education, and healthcare. The efforts put in by the government and the private sector in grassroots and youth development have started bearing fruit. Our young Indian players have taken the world by storm. In the month of July alone, Indian athletes won over 200 medals at the international level. Out of these, the majority were won by women. Our 19-year-old sprinter, Hima Das, in a span of just 20 days, picked up 5 golds across track events in Europe. Growing up, not having enough means to even buy a pair of shoes, Hima practiced barefoot. Today, not only is she a gold medalist, but also a proud brand ambassador of Adidas shoes. This is the power of sport. Friends, right now is probably the most exciting time for sport in India. Whether you are a player, a coach, an investor, an administrator, or a fan, there has never been an environment more conducive, more encouraging, more enabling for sport than what we have in India today. India is truly emerging as the newest and youngest sporting power in the world. And what makes it even more engaging and exciting is the strength of our numbers. We are a TV-loving nation. Let me share with you the spectacular growth of sports media in India. For the first 10 years, media rights for IPL went for $950 million. Just last year, IPL's media rights for the next 5 years were sold for $2.5 billion, a staggering growth of 500%. Amazing, isn't it? When England beat New Zealand in the 2019 Cricket World Cup final, 15 million viewers watched the match on TV in England, while 180 million viewers watched the same game in India alone. Compare that with the semi-finals when India lost to New Zealand. Over 220 million viewers watched the game in India. Now imagine if India was in the finals. Apart from giving England a very tough competition, the viewership numbers would have just skyrocketed. The scale and size of our viewership, not just for cricket, but for other sports like the Olympics, the FIFA World Cup, EPL, and many more, makes India truly a unique opportunity. 800 million Indians consume sports on TV alone in 2018. Friends, the picture of the fast-changing sporting landscape which I have presented before you must have convinced you about one thing. New India is a land of infinite opportunities. Sport has given rise to many budding businesses and professions. Coaches, physios, tech entrepreneurs, media and merchandising. New India is a land that invites all of you with open arms. What India offers you uniquely is a combined power of democracy, diversity, demography, and development. Within a decade, India will overtake China as the most populous nation in the world. India is proud of being a free, open, liberal, and democratic society. The time is not far when India will become the third largest economy in the world, with an ambitious target of doubling GDP in 5 years to make it a $5 trillion economy. Distinguished leaders in sports, with all these unique opportunities, can you stay away from the incredible India opportunity? The answer is obviously no. As I come to the end of my address, let me share my vision for the future of sport in India. I have 3 dreams. My first dream, I would like to see that no child in India is deprived of an opportunity to experience and learn from the joy and thrill of sports. I would like to see that along with the right to education, the right to sport is also declared as a fundamental right in our Constitution. My priority is to reach out to children from poor and marginalized regions and families. I am personally committed to creating such opportunities for all our children. This is because keeping our children fit, healthy, and happy is a fundamental duty of every society. I take it as my dharma, my duty, to support the right to sport for our 300 million children of India. They are the future of our nation, the face of a beautiful tomorrow. In fact, not just children, my dream of education and sports for all is truly for people of all ages, from children to parents to grandparents. Let's all start a movement for sports and fitness for all, and urge the United Nations to make it one of the Sustainable Development Goals. My second dream, I would like to see India become a global sporting powerhouse. There is no reason why a nation of 1.3 billion people cannot be amongst the leading medal winners on the international stage. It is my hope and my dream to see India host some of the most iconic sporting championships in the world, like the Olympics and the FIFA World Cup. Just 4 days ago, Reliance Foundation brought the NBA to play its first ever game in India. I invite each and every one of you to join us and be a part of the great Indian dream, the India opportunity. My third dream is to see that sport performs its most important global goal, to promote peace, amity, and understanding, to inspire, to heal, and to transform. One of the most defining moments of Rio Olympics 2016 was when the first ever refugee Olympic team came together and marched as one under the Olympic flag. In their darkest times, sport gave them courage and belief. The refugee camps became sports grounds. It was an emphatic moment of solidarity and humanity. This shows the unique power of sport to become an agent of change, of hope, of unity, and of peace, both within and between countries and cultures. In fact, if we travel back in time to the 8th century BC, a sacred truce was announced in ancient Greece at the time of the Olympic Games. All warring countries laid down their arms. Sport became the biggest weapon that ended all wars. Truly, the power of sport as a promoter of peace is as old as human civilization itself. Isn't this power of sport just as relevant today? This year marks the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the greatest peacemaker of the world in modern times. In paying tribute to the Mahatma today, I call upon all of you, let us replace warfare with sportsmanship. Let us turn all our battlegrounds in the world into playgrounds. Let us give every young boy and girl the courage to believe in their dreams and the power to write their own destiny. And finally, let us leave behind a more peaceful, more beautiful, more sustainable, and a more joyous world for all our children. Thank you.